Hey, Pastor Bob here with your Miracle Minute. Hope to say something today to help you get started on your day right. Uh, Today, I want to talk to you about a scripture out of this book of Psalms, chapter 92, verse 13. And it says this: Those that be planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of our God. I want to talk to you a little bit today about being planted in the house of God. Uh, Christianity is meant to be done as a body of believers. It's meant to be done together. Christianity is not meant to be a lone ranger, just out there, me and Jesus, we got our own thing going. You know, I know people's like, hey, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. It's just me and Jesus. You need one another. We need one another, whether we like to think we do or not. I need you, you need me. Because when you're planted, when you get in a house of God, wherever you choose to worship, and you get planted there, support that place with your time, treasure, and talents. But when you get planted there and you begin to grow together with fellow believers, and your branches begin to interlock with their branches, when the storms blow and the winds come, uh, it won't blow you over because it would have to blow the whole forest over to take you out. But if you're out there in the field all by yourself and a storm comes and all you have is your own roots to keep you going, then if the strong enough wind comes, you're going down. But get that same tree where its roots interlock with other believers, where its branches interlock with other believers. I tell you, that tree will withstand the storm when it comes. The Bible says in the book of Ecclesiastes that if one walks alone and he falls, there's no one there to pick him up. But if two walk together and one stumble, the other is there to pick him up. And then it goes on to say a threefold cord is not easily broken. So I like to say that third fold cord is Jesus, you, your fellow believers, and then Jesus. And man, you're going to make it. You're going to make it to the end when you do that. So I want to encourage you to get planted in the house of God and walk with the Lord and become intertwined uh, with God in that way and with fellow believers. One more point before I move on, before I go, and that is this: that, and I was unaware of this. I know many of you are so up on this that you know this, but I'm not very horticulturally minded. I haven't studied that a lot. I was looking last summer about getting a fruit tree, an apple tree, in my backyard. I thought I'd like to go out and get apples. And as I got to studying, I found out, gee, I can't just buy one. I have to buy two because they have to cross pollinate. And that's how it is with the Lord, you see, in our walk with God. When we walk with God and we come to the house of God and we cross pollinate with other believers, it's like, hey, look what the Lord showed me this week in the Word. Check this out. And you're like, check that out. And your fellow believer, your brother or sister, that's awesome, man. That really ministers to me. That feeds me. I need to hear that. And so when you do that, you begin to grow in the Lord. You hold one another accountable. You provoke one another to holiness. You provoke one another to keep walking and moving on with God. And so I want to encourage you, be planted in the house of the Lord. Psalms 92:13. Those that be planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of our God. So find a good place, worship God, and worship with fellow believers, and grow in the Lord. Lock arms and become part of God's army and God's family. I love you guys. Well, until next time, I want you to have the best day of your life. Until tomorrow, make that the best day of your life. God bless you. And if you're looking for a good church, come out to the House of Freedom. We're located at 300 Blue Ridge Boulevard in Independence, Missouri. God bless you.